Welcome our listeners to the SpeakInCOAD podcast. We have Chente, myself, Tanny Dynamite, and C.O.A.D himself. This is our intro episode. We're going to be talking about conspiracies, wild theories, religion, a little bit of everything that's be out there and beyond. You know, we're going to X-file it up a little bit. What's your guys' red pill moment that got you into conspiracies?
Go for it, C.O.A.D.
All right, cool. My name's C.O.A.D, Conspiracy of a Deadman. Called me C.O.A.D for short. I think my red pill moment was right at the beginning of 2020. Just kind of got into a few different podcasts directed from my sister. It was one of the podcasts was called the No Mercy podcast with Tommy G, and they pretty much just broke everything down. He just kind of gave everybody an idea of what their conspiracy was about, or what conspiracy they were going to be talking about, and then it just kind of snowballed into that from one theory to the next. Started listening to Sam Tripoli and some other documents, or how do you say it?
Documentation?
Documentaries. My goodness, they gave them like documentaries, and like one was called Out of Shadow, and then another one was a little bit more risque. It's got a type of food that has pepperoni and cheese and crust, and it kind of went in depth with how that all started and all the issues with that. But that was kind of like my red pill moment. Kind of got me a little bit more interested. Another one I thought was kind of cool was when you start looking at some of the different movies and stuff that were coming out about like the drug cartel, or the drugs that were coming into the United States, and how they were actually being like brought in and shuffled in their contacts were with like the CIA, and how there was like a lot of different cover-ups and stuff with that. I thought that was pretty interesting. So that was always like a fun one for me to get into. Whether it was movie with Jeremy Renner, Kill the Messenger, where the guy ends up getting 2 bullet holes in the back of the head and they still considered it a suicide. So like Rick Ross having a contact from Colombia, even though he was from like LA and had no contacts outside of like South Central or wherever he was actually from. But those were kind of my red pill moments, and then I've just been deep diving and getting into the other harder type of conspiracies. But that's about it for me. What about you, Chente?
My name is Chente. Wasn't Rick Ross from Miami?
The rapper, but I think the real one is from South Central.
This is awkward.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think my red pill moment, my first one, was probably like 2012-ish, 2013, when someone was talking about, the Monster Energy cans and how it's like Hebrew numbers or something, and the symbol on there for the M, it's really 666, and it's like Unleash the Beast. That was like my gateway drug into the conspiracy world. Also, COVID was another eye-opener, or just government stuff. Whenever something's going on and it doesn't get fixed right away, but they put out a fix, but it never really goes away, that to me is the government crew. They made the problem, and they try to make a solution, and it just wool over the eyes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm into the symbolism too, like in movies and pop culture and rap and all that. The hidden meanings behind stuff and the stuff that they do. That's my flavor. And that's it for me, y'all.
Well, what about you? Last but not least, TBD.
Yep, Theodore Dean Nemite. I gotta say my red pill moment was kind of life itself. I'm very big into religion. It's a big part of my life. And I don't care what people say. I swear I've seen miracles happen, and I've had things happen to me and around me that lets me know there's a greater power out there, and lets me know that there's more than meets the eye. And there's a lot of stuff within religion itself that I think needs a deeper look and has deeper meaning. And there's a lot of signs around us that lets us know it's a bigger part of what's going on than we think. One of the things that I'm most interested in is the Mandela Effect, how we remember things one way, but apparently they're totally different now, which still is mind-warping to me, how many things continue to pop up. Things to do with, like, Nephilim, again, going back to religion. And I'm willing to explore what other theories and options may pop up and give it a chance to see if it fits the things I see coming forth.
Sounds good. Not to touch too much on the Mandela Effect type stuff right now, but one of the things that I just came up, and the Nephilim, one of the things that came up recently was do you remember watching E.T.?
Yes.
So we always, I don't know about you, what do you remember the big saying from that movie being?
E.T. phone home.
There's video now saying E.T. home phone.
No.
Yes, I have.
That makes no sense.
I'll show you guys. It's crazy.
Like, that doesn't even fit in a rhyming way like E.T. phone home does. Like,
it's a home phone. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Mandela Effect is so, like, crazy nowadays that things are still popping up today, and people are like, "What the heck? It was said this way." Like, I know for a fact.
Years.
Yes.
Years.
The other thing too was I was. It's crazy. I was going through my phone, backing everything up because all of a sudden videos and different pictures and memes, all that kind of stuff has been getting deleted from my phone.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is kind of strange. Do you remember the video? I think it was on Drinking Bros with Pitbull and Pitbull the rapper.
Yes.
He was.
Oh, now we're talking about rappers.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just giving a little bit of a brief, like what's been going on that I've been noticing, and like stuff that I just came about. Like I'm backing stuff up on my phone, and I'm like clicking on this video, and it's like the video is not working, it's not playing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no idea what it is. It's just scrambled up letters because I just backed up my phone. I didn't rename it or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm renaming everything on my computer and just trying to make it a little bit more organized. Plus, that way I can share with other friends and they know exactly what I'm actually sharing.
Okay.
But I was looking at this video and all of a sudden it like quit working and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I double click it again and now only the audio is playing. The video was corrupted and it was the whole video about Pitbull talking about how like there's so much symbolism and how much there's so much stuff that's big and covered up, and how a lot of things are a lie, and it was just like crazy. Of all things, that one was I think if you back up stuff on like Google or whatever, if it reads like some sort of algorithm and it notices that that's something that shouldn't be talked about, it automatically gets flagged, removed, and then you are outside of their terms and conditions and their services. So it's like they have the rights to just delete whatever you have on your own cloud. Hence why I don't want to back anything up on a cloud. I want to use my own personal computer, my own extra stuff or whatever.
Where no one can touch it.
Yeah. The other one that I wanted to talk to you about too was you were mentioning the Nephilim and how, Chente, I don't know about you. I was looking into some stuff and it was explaining how in the Bible and everything, they mentioned that not only did the fallen angels that were the Nephilim come down to earth and sleep with the daughters of man, but they also slept with other beasts that created these other types of beasts. So not only did it create the giants, but it also, this one guy's theory was that the dinosaurs never really existed, and that the dinosaurs were created because these fallen angels slept with these beasts or these other animals, and it created a whole thing of dinosaurs. And that could have been before we were or before humans were around, or it could have even been where dinosaurs could be a part of like the same time frame, but maybe not even like actual dinosaurs, but maybe they were able to have certain abilities or different things like that. Like, but I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now with those things. You got anything?
Me? No. No, you pretty much said it. I mean, the Nephilim is a very interesting topic, too. I would like to get into that as well.
For sure.
I don't know enough, like, off the top of my head to talk about it right now.
Oh, no, definitely. And not to cut you off, but I also have my Discord. So if people follow the Instagram at SpeakInCOAD, they can follow my link tree. The link tree will take it to the Spotify to listen to this podcast. It'll take it to YouTube to follow the podcast. It will take it to the Discord, where we have tons of different options for different conspiracies that people can talk about and mention, and they can even go in and post their own information and links and videos and memes or whatever the case. There's an ongoing conversation in there, and then we also have it linked to a Telegram, so that way if there's anything that's not really safe for work or safe for like Discord per se, we could post it onto the link for Telegram, and that way it keeps the conversation still going, and it's not we're not going to be too worried about it going like getting taken down for any reason.
Okay.
And if it's a lot of new information, we could revisit it on the podcast. I feel.
Oh,
Yep, 100%.
I'm gonna need to revisit a lot of things.
Yeah, this episode definitely is just an intro. It's just kind of an idea of like where we are with certain topics, and like we could even give our own thoughts on certain things too. Like for example, like aliens. If you want to go first with that, Chente, do you? We could just go like, hey, aliens. Where are you with aliens? Do you think?
I believe there are aliens, beings or whatever from not of this world.
Okay.
Definitely.
See, and I don't know about you.
I'm in
TBD.
agreement, but I don't know if they look so different from us.
Okay.
In movies they like green, big eyes, or they're purple with 4 fingers, because we already have 5.
Most
You
of
know,
us.
they always have some type of like huge anomaly that makes them look different.
Mhm.
What if there were a similar species on a path like us, and what if we couldn't tell the difference from an alien from a normal human being?
Yeah.
They're just
I love
from some other planet, some other galaxy, some other timeline.
Oh, that's interesting.
Love it.
So, like, the other thing, too, Chente, with you, like, you say aliens are real. What percentage do you feel that they're real? Like, do you think, like,
That they
50-50?
exist.
Yeah.
I say 100, bro. I
100?
mean, let me say something a little bold but risque.
Here, I'll give you a better.
so-
I'll give you a better example. 100 is like you've seen them, 100% fact that they're real. That's the only way you can give 100.
Fine, 99.
Okay.
He's like, I am not backing down on this.
He's like,
which I like.
He's like, I'm almost certain my brother-in-law is a alien.
Hey, I'll be
No,
honest.
hold up. Let me say something fast. Teddy,
Okay.
Yes.
since you're religious, but so aliens aren't of this world, right?
Yes.
That's what an alien. So God created the world, but God is not of this world. Is that safe to say?
I will 100% say that because he had to create the world.
So he would, and I guess the definition would be alien. And how you said they don't look different. He made us in his image. So I think it would be hard to tell if like the neighbor isn't an alien or not. You know what I mean?
I agree because this is my own personal theory. Okay, not personal because I swear a teacher may have said something similar and then my brain, just kick-started the rest of it. God is a scientist and, he took him 6 days. He rested on the 7th. So what if the aliens are where he was like practicing to get us down pat? So what if they do look different, have 4 fingers, 3 eyes, blue or orange skin? What if as he was trying to create the perfect being,
Yep.
different planets are where he started is like, okay, we need this type of environment. They need to have this type of skin until he finally made it to the 3rd rock from the sun and was like, okay, blue water, blue skies, clear water, green grass, breathe air. very paranoid. Like he was a scientist, and the aliens are just his other creations on a path like us, trying to find out where it all goes.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Code, what about you?
I'm gonna hit you with some crazy stuff. So I think that when the Nephilim came down, the fallen angels came down and slept with different beasts and different animals and different people and other things. I think that they are no longer I think that they had other abilities. For example, have you ever seen a jellyfish, how they get camouflage and cloak?
Yeah.
They're like one of the only animals that we know of that can cloak. I think that
Chameleons?
Well, a chameleon, yes. But you could kind of see a chameleon. What's that?
Octopus.
Yeah, an octopus. That's what I was talking. What did I say?
You said jellyfish.
I'm sorry. I meant to say octopus. I'm hungry. I'm thinking peanut butter and jelly.
Calamari.
Yeah, calamari. Okay. So, but an octopus, how they can cloak perfectly, right?
Yes.
Now, I didn't mean like a jellyfish. What the heck am I talking about? Friggin' octopus. That's where I'm getting at. Anyway, how they can cloak. I think that these beings slept with or created these other animals that have certain abilities like that we don't know because we can't be on that exact same frequency.
Huh.
I think that, like Bigfoot, for example.
Yes.
If Bigfoot exists, I think that he might be able to cloak or make himself practically invisible. So when people or cameras or anything actually can spot him, that's his defense mechanism without him even trying to ignite it or like start it.
Like us breathing is him camouflaging.
Yes, or I think us being close to vision, like our vision and what we can see, we might not be able to see exactly what he is at all times. So I think that aliens are interdimensional beings that are in between the realm that we live in and the realm that hell is in, or any in between. Like what's it called when you're in between heaven and earth?
Purgatory.
Purgatory. I think that there's certain beings that could be living in between those two areas while we're here in our present timeline, realm and dimension, or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
No, you're good.
Did I make you think of something else?
A little bit.
Okay.
Because how you said, like, our presence activates the camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was looking up tigers one day because, like, I don't understand how they can hide in a green forest when they're bright orange.
Mm-hmm.
And it says because some of their prey and even their, like, competition don't have the color spectrum that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So where we see orange, they see, like, grays or brown.
Mm.
So what if that's how its camouflage works? Like,
it's not within our color spectrum.
It changes to a color spectrum that we can't see.
And I think the majority of men are partially colorblind, if not color. Like, I think 20% of men are colorblind.
Oh, okay.
So those are the ones that are actually going out in the woods looking for it. Where now there's not too many women that aren't colorblind.
And so that's why we get that haze, and then even our cameras, we, again, still can't see the color spectrum. Mm-hmm. So it's just this blurred photo of a shape, if it picks it up at all.
Yeah. So that's where I'm kind of at with that. Bigfoot, for sure. Like, I think that's like a really cool conspiracy that I could deep dive into and kind of go in different areas with and stuff too.
Okay.
Even like I think Chente told me before about the there's a movie or documentary called the Missing 411, where it's like, what was it, like 411 people went missing in all these like national parks, and the only thing that connects these national parks together are caves.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like there was a guy.
Google that.
What's that?
So if you Google that, the like national whatever, I don't know, like the cave system and then missing people, they'll put the map up side by side, and it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So, Chris, how many people know about these cave systems?
I think a lot more people know about.
I think it's documented, you know?
Yeah, but I also don't think that people realize that there's certain caves. Like there's caves on people's property that they don't acknowledge or they don't know about. So like if you find a cave on your own property,
Yeah.
it has to be I think 50 feet deep, like inward, and like has to have so much and like zero sunlight to a certain percentage of the cave. If you find a cave that meets that requirement, you could actually name it if it's never been named before. So if you find a cave like that, you could actually name it on your property.
My brain firing in all cylinders. We have, again, you talked about 411 or what was the number?
Yeah, 411.
Yeah, people missing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think about all the like missing people and all the human trafficking going on.
Oh yeah.
Could these cave systems be used to move people around? And it's because we said there's a lot of stuff involving the government and higher powers.
Mm-hmm.
And if they already have people that know about these, and this is why we can't find some of these people, because there's some people that go missing, and we're looking at them like an hour after they go missing and are never found.
Mm-hmm. Chente, do you want to take this part of it?
For trafficking?
Yeah, where like how they go missing and how he wonders. He pretty much was asking if there's caves everywhere, or if there's or if these people know about the caves to utilize them. But I didn't know if you wanted to start talking about how like the Denver airport or any of those.
I definitely think the people who know about the caves would utilize the caves.
Okay.
Especially if they've been in there before. And especially like in rural areas where people aren't going to just go and look into a cave if they just stumble across it, you know?
Yeah.
I think they would use them. I wouldn't say they'll use them for long term. They would definitely move them quick. And then if you want an interesting search, whatever, Google the Denver airport, and that thing is massive.
Yeah,
it's
isn't
huge.
It like 2 or 3 miles long, just the airport?
Yeah, and then there's stuff under it. Like it's like its own city, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And there's weird. It gets way into it. Like, there's weird paintings on the walls. It's real Masonic in a way.
Okay.
Like Freemason.
But it could definitely be used for trafficking. I mean, you get say someone, they kidnap some person and then they move them in a car, and then they move that person to the airport, and a different person takes care of that person, the kidnappee or kidnapper or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
They get on the plane, and when they get off the plane, there's another person that's going to grab them, and then you just disappear in the airport. Denver airport's huge, and if you know where to go, people like the right places, you're going to get moved fast. And then it's an international airport, so they could be out of the country within a couple hours. They'll be on a plane to fucking Paris.
Wow.
He used to be in the cartel, that's why.
And then they're gone. Well, if you everything, Paris and France is a huge
Okay.
Masonic place, but it's none of my business. So.
So what I was getting at was there's a lot of major cities in the United States that have entire areas that are completely underground, not tunnels, like almost cities.
Well, isn't New York like built on top of another city?
I think so.
That gets into the mud flood.
Ooh.
What's that? What? Elaborate about the mud flood, sir.
It's for another day.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that one on another day.
You have intrigued my interest.
Talk about the mud floods in Tartaria and how it's no longer on a map.
Tartaria?
Yeah, Tartaria was a city that was in between Russia and Asia.
It was the world, bro. It was civilization, pretty much.
Yeah, it was like a country that was over in between, I think, Asia and Russia. And they pretty much were like Tesla before Tesla. Like everything was like free energy type stuff. But that's like a specific piece of it. There's other portions that I think I heard where they were like giants. They were like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like one of the other ones too was Atlantis. So I want to definitely touch on Atlantis eventually.
Okay.
I've been listening to some parts of the Bible where they start talking about a city called Tyre or Tyre. It's like Tyre, and how it was a huge booming city, and it was constant flow of people coming in and out of the city. There was constant merchants that would be able to go to the city. There was areas that were able to get people out and in the city quickly.
Okay.
I don't know if that was like waterways or whatnot, but I'm almost certain, I'll have to double check, but I'm almost certain that Tyre was pretty much wiped from the earth because they were like doing bad things or whatever. I don't know exactly what they were doing.
Similar to Sodom and Gomorrah?
It was later. It was way after that, I think. But I think that would be a cool topic to either bring up with Atlantis and touch base on that, or where we might think it is, but then also link in certain things where, hey, this could have been Atlantis at one point. And they say that there's parts of Africa that they think is part of Atlantis. There's parts of Greece that people thought was Atlantis. There's parts of over in the Caribbean by the Bermuda Triangle type areas that they think Atlantis was over there. And then I think there's a part of Italy that was, I think it starts with an M.
Malone?
No, but it was like, it used to be like a giant city off of Italy, like off of the coast. Okay. Like south of Sicily, and in between Morocco and Africa, and Sicily or Egypt and Africa, somewhere around that area. Okay. And this entire area is like covered with water now, except for these tops of this rocky area. And they think that before the flood happened and the ice caps melted, that this area was just huge and more populated. And they have these giant stones and giant like buildings that were made that are like, there's no way a human could have made it, because there's no way that somebody could have moved those type of stones, or like.
But if they were of a larger size with extraordinary abilities.
Yep.
Is that like Malta or something?
Something like that, yeah. Did you ever see Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix?
Yeah, that's the one you told me about, right?
Yeah, okay. I haven't watched all the episodes yet, but it's freaking dope. Okay. And it's cool because it's like he's showing you all this stuff, and then he'll show you like what it could have looked like. So it's just like, I don't know. If you get an imagination, you could just run wild with it.
Okay. I have to check that out.
In closing, are there any topics that you guys want to, and this was all just an intro, like we'll definitely touch base on some of these topics later on. We could make an entire podcast based on those topics once we get a little bit more knowledge and stuff on it too. But is there any are there any topics that you guys are like, I really want to look into this and I really want to learn more about this, or like?
Well, now that you guys have piqued my interest, I'm definitely want to get into this mud flap thing. I'd like, whoa, what the?
It's not a mud flap.
I know it's not a mud flap, but I swear that's what you said, and I'm like, and I was like, what is that? What is going on here? And I'm like, you have me curious. I want more knowledge about that.
A mud flood.
Mud flood. Okay,
yeah, not
I said flap. Mud flood thing. Like, I'm very intrigued by that. Definitely want to learn more by that.
All right, for sure. And then, what about you, Chente?
I think it would be fun to dive into MK Ultra.
Ooh,
okay. And how that's going. And I don't know, whatever you guys want, man.
Sounds good.
I'm open.
Yeah, I've been looking into a little bit more like.
If you guys, I don't know if you guys are flat earthers, but if you want to convince me, by all means.
Convince you to believe that the Earth is round or flat?
Convince me that it's flat, man.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be easy. Just get a level and put it on your floor.
Is it flat and round, or?
Like.
Is it a square?
Oh man, yeah, it's a cube. It's the black cube of Saturn.
Not a cube, like it's a flat square.
I would like to think that it's, man, I would feel
Round.
so.
Okay.
If it's not round, I've already feel like I've been lied to my entire life.
What if it's oblong? What if it's like an egg?
It could be. It could be a firmament where like it's like a fishbowl where like it lays flat, like where the water would lay in the fishbowl, and then everything underneath is all the roots.
Okay. I see what you mean.
I don't know, but yeah, man, I think this is a good one. We could stop here if you want, and we could touch base and see what we want to do for the next episode. See how this one comes out. TBD, you want to give or Chente, you want to go with any of your socials, or like tell them where to find you and how to reach you, or how to what kind of cologne you like?
TBD.
Well, I can be reached at Teddy Dynamite on Instagram. Cologne wise, I like anything with like a amber oak cedar smell. You know, I like to smell like outdoors.
Okay.
Because as a little kid, I was always told you smell like outside. Well, I want to smell like outside all the time.
Nice.
I couldn't help myself.
Chente?
Nice. I mean, you can just hit me up on the podcast and social, I guess, on the Discord.
For sure.
Chente the homie, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cologne. I don't know, man. I really rock the Sean John.
Oh.
But I used to rock Ralph Lauren Gray, but I don't think they make that anymore. Silver, something like that.
Okay. Sure, we could find it somewhere.
And that's it.
And then mine, I like Vertus. But you can follow me at the podcast on the Instagram. It's SpeakInC.O.A.D. That's at, you can find it at Instagram. We got the podcast on Podbean now, Spotify, Pandora, Stitcher, Google something, iHeartRadio. Oh boy, I was gonna do Apple, but F them. I couldn't figure it out.
Oh dang, you gonna say that like that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not like how their website was set up. It was just too hard to figure out. And every time I put my username and password, it asked for an ID, and I put the ID in like 3
Apple
times.
ID.
Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. Just check out the Discord and stuff too on the link tree if you follow the Instagram. Once you subscribe to the Discord or like put in for the Discord, I'll get a notification, and if there's specific topics you want to talk about or you don't want to talk about, we could even make it where we go hook people up. We're giving you like, there's no paywall, nothing like that. So once you log in and you say like, hey man, I want to learn about this stuff or whatever, we'll unlock everything for you, let you go into the main chat. Any of the topics that we talk about on here are going to get released and unlocked on the Discord as we go. So each podcast that we drop, say for example, we'll talk about aliens next time, we will unlock the aliens tab, and it's free range. Anybody can post memes, articles, links, videos, whatever you want in the aliens portion, and then that way it gives us an idea of how to what we're going to learn more about, and then we could do another podcast later on about aliens, and we can like really hammer it in and like get a lot more theories and bring other guests on and stuff too. I think that's about it. TBD, Teddy Bear, Dynamite.
Yes.
Theodore Diamite. Do you want to give us like a thought for the day today?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I just had it, but I lost it.
It's okay. You can make one up.
I wish I was that brilliant.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. My memory isn't what it should be. Today's thought for today: enjoy the little things in life, because one day you'll look back and realize they were big things.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah. And then, you guys want to sign off?
Deuce.
This is Teddy Dynamite signing out.
All right. Cool. This is Code. Stay safe and stay blessed, and we will see you on the next episode. Peace.